Hello and welcome to another Crucible of Words. Let's get some Legacy on, shall we? So today I'm going to be playing the Epic Storm, which is a deck that wants to win by the win condition of Storm, most often through Tendrils of Agony. This is a deck list that's currently up on theepicstorm.com. If you get a chance, you should definitely check out the website, and if you can, follow Brian Cook's The Epic Storm on YouTube. He makes some really, really good Storm videos. I'm not going to be as good as him, but I'm going to give it a go. I haven't played Storm for a little while, so I'm really looking forward to getting into it. The aim of this deck is to play a bunch of spells in a single turn and Storm. So your payoff cards are things like Ad Nauseam, Echo of Eons, Galvanic Relay, and then you have your Burning Wishes, which go and get you things like Peer into the Abyss or Echo or other Galvanics, and you keep going until you get enough to hit Tendrils of Agony. You have protection spells of Veil of Summer. If you want to know about the card choices a little bit, Brian Cook has just done a video on this, so I would just recommend checking him out because he's going to be giving you much better advice on the card choices than I will. But we're just going to jump into it and see how we go. All right, we're into the first round now, and I've won the die roll, which is always nice to see. This is my opening hand. So we have the ability to make these three on turn one, so we need to imprint something on this. So we're probably imprinting the Dark Ritual, and then we have 1, 2, 3 mana. This gives us 2 more mana, and we can Veil of Summer as well. So we have a little bit of protection, and then we're going to Galvanic Relay for a bunch, and then hope it does something, which is pretty fine. So we're going to keep this. So there's a question about which order I play things out. I think Lotus Petal first. I might be wrong on the operations here, but this gives me the ability to cast a Veil of Summer if I need to, which I'm already factoring in with my mana this turn. So then we want to play the Chrome Mox next. And then we want to use the Mox Opal to cast the Rite of Flame. And play this. And we pop this for red to Rite of Flame, and then we'll pop this for green to Veil of Summer. Adds the Storm and gives us protection. We're going to tap this, and we're going to play this Galvanic Relay. Let's see how many we get off of this. So what do we find? This looks incredibly poor. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to hold on and wait because I have the protection spell, but I didn't have any mana or any lands there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a great turn, I don't think, actually. I've kind of just weirdly mulliganed again, is what that is. The Esper Sentinel was an interesting choice off of a Tundra. You don't see that very often. So it might be something that's a bit of a brew here. Okay, so we have to choose which of these many lands we play. We're going to play a land first to make sure we can play around a Daze out of their deck. Alternatively, we can play around the Esper Sentinel. We can't really play around both. Alternatively, we can just try and brainstorm and let them have more cards. I think considering the texture of our hand right now, we're going to need to brainstorm. So I think we're going to... This only gives us 1 mana at the moment. So we have to play the Mistress Bauble first. And I'm not going to pay. Okay, so this turns on the Mox Opal, which I think needs to make blue for Brainstorm, because then I can fetch away if I don't like the cards. Okay, so we're going to put back these two and keep the Lion's Eye Diamond. And we're going to want to shuffle away, so we're going to play this. We're going to shuffle away these first. So we're going to get... We probably want Underground Sea here. And then we're going to play out the Wishclaw Talisman, which might get a counter spell. So we can set up for an Echo of Eons next turn off of the Wishclaw and the Lines Undiamond and go from a fresh 7 and see how that works. Okay, so the Wishclaw got a Force of Will. So I think we want to activate this in our opponent's turn because we're still going to have 3 artifacts to keep the Mox Opal live. We just might as well get as many cards as we can later because we don't know anything about their hand or even their decks. They could randomly be playing some sort of Esper Brew, and I don't want to get hit by a Thoughtseize, which is not a card that a lot of people are playing at the moment, but it is still a card that does things. Mystic Sanctuary, that doesn't do anything. So we're getting attacked for 1. That's fine. This is not really going to impact the quality of my ad nauseams. I'll just see what we're playing through. Okay, so we've got days on top of the library, so I know that for next time. So we can try for a Galvanic Relay again with a Veil of Summer. Or we can hold out for a bigger turn. We do have the days to worry about next turn, which is it's not really too much of an issue, but let's see. I don't think a Galvanic Relay for 3 is going to be enough, so I think we hold on here. Now that we know that they're not, it doesn't look like they're a combo. It seems like they're playing fair cards. You've got your Force of Wills, you've got your Murktide Regents. Yes, I did just call Murktide Regent a fair card. But we got the Murktide Regent, the Esper Sentinels, Force of Will, Days. This is sort of looking like a blue-white Stoneblade type pile. So I think we just let this go. The one other thing we have to worry about here is prismatic endings on our artifacts, which would be a real problem. Which can certainly... Okay, so just a Stoneforge. So they're probably getting Cauldron Complete, I would imagine, just to try and race as quickly as possible. Bone Splitter. Okay, this is certainly an interesting brew here. Sure. I guess it makes it so I have to pay 3 for these, but I'm not really paying when I go. So the issue we have here is we can't play the Veil of Summer here because of the days that we know about. So if we play Galvanic Relay, it's just we can't do. We don't have the mana to do the things we want to do this turn. So I think we have to hold, but again, we're not taking a lot of damage. We're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tops this turn, which I think is an acceptable amount of damage to take. Again, every turn that we sit back, we're risking a prismatic ending on one of these, but this isn't going to go anywhere, so we need to go a bit harder here. They already had the Cauldron in hand. They already had the Cauldron in hand. Sure. Okay. That would be why they got the Bone Splitter then. This is going to come for 7, which is representing not very long for me to be alive. I think we're probably dead on this one. I'm not anything remotely resembling a Storm expert, so perhaps I should have... Okay, so this is all right. We play this. You can have your cards. Pay 1 to prevent this. No. I think we're dead here because the Galvanic Relay is going to find us cards. They've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if they equip the Bone Splitter. So I think we should probably... We're kind of hoping that the Veil of Summer draws us into something when they go for a counterspell here. So I think we play the Lion's Eye Diamond. So this isn't going to be a galvanic relay turn. So what we need to do here is try and bait out a counterspell with a Veil of Summer. And then I will play the other Veil of Summer and get 2 cards. Okay. So now we have to work out what we're trying to hit with the... Now we have to work out what we're trying to hit with the Lion's Eye Diamond. We probably Echo is our best bet, so we want to keep this uncracked. Is this going to be anything? No, okay, we didn't hit anything. We can Galvanic Relay, but we're dead on the board because of the Bone Splitter, so I think we can see this one. Alright, let's try and do some sideboarding. What's the plan here? So we saw islands, so Carpet of Flowers is going to be good in this matchup, one would imagine. We also saw a bunch of irritating little guys. There's definitely a possibility of bringing in these Abrupt Decays. I don't really want to overboard though. So if we're bringing in carpets, we can board out something like Rite of Flame. That makes sense to me. The Veils are good here. And then we're looking at just cutting 2. They didn't seem overly aggressive. They're not quite as aggressive as Delver, so I think the Ad Nauseam might be alright here still. So we're probably just shaving. So we're probably looking at shaving one of the Chrome Moxes. And possibly a Mox Opal because we've got the carpet. I think that seems alright. Yes, I think we'll submit like this. Okay, so this is my opening hand. So we can lead out on a Carpet of Flowers. And see what sort of answer that gets, I think. And then we have the Wish Claw, so we can go and get Echo of Eons and then pitch it to this. The Chrome Mox doesn't look great here, but we have a lot of draws in the deck which will turn it on. And I think we will probably play out a Mishra's Bauble for those exact reasons. So now we have to sacrifice this. I think the land we're supposed to get here is... what are we getting here? So we can't get the Bayou with this one, so we probably get the Underground Sea followed by Tiger to get all my colours, but I need to get the Tiger first because I need to play the carpet. So I think we play out the Tiger here. If this carpet resolves, then it's going to solve a lot of my problems moving forward anyway. Not necessarily immediately, but give it a couple of turns and I should be getting 2 mana off of this. I was going to play out a Bauble, but I haven't because of the carpet resolving. So I want to try and get some more potential storm off of these, if needs be. Prismatic Ending. Sure. Okay, now I wish I played out the Bauble. I think that was probably a mistake not to play one out, just to get the draw to try and power out Chrome Mox. A Burning Wish. How do we feel about Burning Wish here? So we can imprint. We can't imprint this because it's an artifact, and this says non-artifact. So we can only imprint the Burning Wish on this, which doesn't give us the mana to cast the Wish Claw. So I think what we have to do is play out a Mishra's Bauble. I think we're probably playing out both, and we're going to be looking for more of an Echo line. I think we play out both, and then we're going to see the top card of their library to give us some information to work with. An Esper Sentinel. Okay, that's not that important to me. And we're going to draw a card, and we're going to Bauble them in their turn, so I get to see what they're drawing afterwards. Okay, so I have a Veil of Summer. That's a good one. That on its own can forced action. It can also, you can always just use this at the start of a turn, and it can act similarly to a discard spell in terms of they have to react to this. So you can just use this even if you're not planning on going off sometimes. Especially if you draw multiples, you can use one to test the waters. Okay, so we've got 2 tundras over there. Not expecting any wastelands from me, which is the correct thing. A second Esper Sentinel is certainly a something. Sorry, know about this. Okay. So I have a Murktide coming in soon, but they're a little ways off of being able to cast it. We get to draw off the bauble, another Chrome Mox, and a Brainstorm. How does this Brainstorm change things? So I can put a Brainstorm under the Chrome Mox, and that gives me the ability to Burning Wish for Echo Vions. I don't hate that. They got 4 cards in hand. Let's try this. We can't afford to play around these Esper Sentinels, which is not going to be great for us. Oof. I think it is only the Brainstorm we can put under this for now. Oop. Let's go for a Burning Wish. Pulverize is something we could get if we're really worried about these later on when we get more red sources, but I don't think. Okay, so this resolved, so we get an Echo. Now we have 2 choices. We can either play the Echo this turn off the Lion's Eye Diamond, or we can try and pave the way with a Veil of Summer first, which I think is probably going to be the better play here. They can't put a Murktide into play yet anyway, so we've got a little bit of time. We're just assembling the correct resources, I think, here. When people say that Storm is the hardest deck to play in Legacy, I think they're pretty much spot on. There's so many different lines you can take all the time. A Ponder, sure. So next time we'll be playing the Chrome Mox out just for Storm, regardless of what happens. I think here. And then we can crack this for black and use the blue off of the Chrome Mox. This is less good for us. Unfortunately, it's what happens when you let your opponent draw all these cards for free. Sure, I'm not going to be doing anything about these attacks. Another Burning Wish. So this can have a Chrome Mox underneath it. I think that's probably fine. I think we play out the Chrome Mox. You can have the cards because you're about to wheel them all away if things go to my advantage here. I'm kind of loath to exile this, but I think it's the right choice here. Okay, so now we're going to play this. Let's see what happens with this. Okay, so this is going to go into triple blue. And we're going to cast with flashback. Maybe I should have kept a blue up for this. Okay, so what do we have here? So we play this out. So we have another land. This doesn't really go anywhere. We play out our land. We need another green source if we want to cast the Carpet of Flowers, which can then give us more mana on the next main phase. So this is fine. So this probably gets us a Bayou. So we cast the Carpet. And then we go to the next phase. Yes, I would like to use the Carpet of Flowers abilities. What do we want here? I think we want triple red. So then we cast the Lion's Eye Diamond. So we can have a Galvanic Relay potentially here. Or we can Burning Wish. Let me do the maths here. So we Burning Wish. So we've got 6 mana. This takes us down to 4 effectively. And we can go and get the... Yeah, so either way, I think we still do this because we're getting the... Oh, so we've got another mana here, actually, haven't we? So if we get triple black, so we go down to this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That can give us storm count that's not quite high enough, which is a little bit irritating here. So I think we cast this Burning Wish. And we use one of these. Yes, I'd like to use Burning Wish's ability. So what we can do here is get... We can make a lot of goblins, perhaps. Is that going to be enough? So that's going to be... Oh, I forgot to crack this before I've gone, haven't I? Oh my god. Made such a mistake here. So if we get the Rite of Flame here, then this gives us enough to use the Galvanic Relay in hand. And hopefully have a big turn next turn again. Sure. So we cast this, add this, and then we Galvanic Relay for 9. I definitely didn't play that turn right. I don't think towards the end there with the Burning Wish. If I crack this first, then I can make a whole bunch of other things. Can I always yield to this? Okay, so I've got all this next turn, plus I've got the Veil of Summer in hand. So I think I'm in a reasonably good shape here. Sort of a grinding storm here with this. So what's our plan? We've got the 2 Burning Wishes, Bauble, a Chrome Mox we can imprint an Abrupt Decay on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another Carpet of Flowers. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we should be able to win with this. We'll see what our opponent does. Breath of Iteration is not particularly threatening from my current position. I've used a lot more of my clock than them because I've had a lot of operations to do and things to think through. I need to get better at holding priority as well. I'm doing that with the Burning Wishes. Polluted Delta can get another island for me. So they've got a lot of cards in hand here. So they should have a Force of Will counterspell. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. So this Carpet of Flowers, we don't want to use. We're going to use it on the next main phase. Okay, so I think we start off with this. We start off with this. This one for add this for green. 4 carpet flowers. This is my exile zone here. Oh, sorry, the carpet was exiled from a previous one. So we're going to cast this Veil of Summer. You can have the cards if you want them. It's not about that. This means because it's an even number, it's slightly less tendrils I need to hit. Okay, so we've got a brainstorm here. Interesting. I'll allow that. So because of the Lion's Eye Diamond, I can cast these as if they were in my hand. And this is basically Black Lotus. Is Veil of Summer going to resolve? It's getting a Force of Negation. So we're going to green and cast the second Veil of Summer. I should probably be drawing there, shouldn't I? So, do we have any more fetchables in the deck? And which ones are they? I don't remember. I think we just have to start playing a little bit quicker here. So we'll play this Misty Rainforest. Sacrifice this. And get an Underground Sea. And then we'll play Mox Opal out. We'll play Mistress Bauble. And then we will... can we make green? We can make green here. Make green, cast Carpet Flowers. We go to the second main phase. So we're going to add... so what do we need? We need red mana. And we need black mana, and I already have blue mana available. Yes, okay. So we're going to cast this Dark Ritual. So Storm is 8. I'm going to cast this. And go and get Tendrils of Agony. Okay, cool. So we had the Lethal Storm there. Oh, well, I'm happy with the way I boarded. The Abrupt Decays, I think, might have been potentially a little slow here, so maybe there's an option of bringing in more mana here. Because we need to go quick because my clock is bad. Because I'm not very good at playing Storm, basically. If you watch one of the people like Bryant Cook, who's an absolute brilliant person at playing this deck, you'll see how quick all the operations are. He just knows all the numbers. That's the sort of dedication you get when you play this. Hopefully you'll see that when I play my pet deck on one of the later streams I'm planning on doing. So what does this hand do? It has a carpet. It goes up in. So I have all these tutor pieces. This seems okay because I want to play a slower... I know I don't have a lot of time on my clock, but this isn't an immediate have to win on turn 1 matchup, I don't believe. I've yet to lose a game to clocking since I've been doing these streams, but we'll see if today is the day. I've certainly made mistakes because I've been behind on the clock. So I think we play this out. We play this out. Okay, so my opponent forced negation that, and now they are a little bit behind in cards at least. So if they have a play this turn, then they'll be down to 2 effective cards. And they're also slightly lower for the purpose of Storm count. Might be banking on my Echo Vions helping them out. Counterbalance. That's why we needed the Abrupt Decays. We have less of them in the deck now. That's a good one. Again, I'm not familiar with this particular Stoneblade list. Okay, so we can test with an opal, I think is the one to test with, because it's not actually going to be live just yet. So I think we cast this and see what we come up with. What do we get off the counterbalance? A brainstorm. Okay, so I'm not casting any 1-drops this turn. But we can cast a 2-drop, probably. So we've got black, green. Now we need blue, red. Black, green, blue, red is all my colours. Yes. Okay. So make black and make... It doesn't matter what colour we make here. We're going to play out this Wishclaw Talisman. We know the top card of their library. So we play out the Lotus Petal. So now this is live to tap for mana, so I can use this to tap and use the Wishclaw Talisman to get Lion's Eye Diamond and try and echo of Eons, which is what I'm going to attempt to do here. I don't have a lot of time on my clock, so I basically have to try and make something happen here. So Lion's Eye Diamond, just a normal, fair, honest Magic card. Okay, so triple blue. Cast Echo of Eons. I don't think there's a 6-drop on top of their library. This does change the top card of their library though, which is important to note. Oh, they have a Force of Will with their, and blue card in their 2 cards? No, okay. Maybe they had Force but no blue card. So does this go anywhere? I play this. Doesn't go into anywhere. I can brainstorm here into more mana. Not sure this is the one here. I think we have to pass and then try and win on the next turn with the full grip. Hasn't gone amazingly for me, but I did mention that I'm not particularly known for playing Storm. I have played Storm on occasion. It's been a long time. I mainly played Ad Nauseam Tendrils, which is very different to the Epic Storm, which is what this deck is. So my opponent gets to use the Wishclaw Talisman, which is not ideal. I was really hoping to get some sort of fast mana off of that, because I had the Petal for Dark Rituals and so on and so forth. Stony Silence. I will have a response to this. I will cast a Brainstorm. Stony Silence and Counterbalance is a lot. Expressive Iteration on top. Okay, so we have a Veil of Summer, which will help with these things. We need to put 2 cards back. So we'll put these 2 back. This is going to be a hard one, but we can pulverize. Oh, have I put the wrong one back? I put them in the wrong order for the pulverize. Oh, I think I might have put them in the wrong order for the pulverize. That is annoying. We don't have a lot of time, so I am making hasty decisions. Okay. Did I put them in the wrong order? I did put them in the wrong order for the pulverize out of the sideboard. So what do we do here? I don't really want to brainstorm here. Okay, so we're just going to Veil of Summer here. This is the opposite of a masterclass. So we have the Force of Will on the Veil of Summer. Okay. So we can't cast 2-drops, which is pretty bad news. So we have to cast this 1-drop. We know it's on top. We're just playing here anyway. I think we've probably lost this game. If I put the things back in the other way, I don't know if it actually makes a difference here. So we have this. We're not in the market for the Brainstorm or the Bloodstone Mine because we can't cast them. The Wish Claws are bad. So I need to go. They're doubly locked down at them this turn. Yeah, I think we can't win this game. I think we have to concede. Definitely could have played that one slightly differently. But the wheel was quite bad that it didn't hit me into any way of carrying on going when a lot of the deck is like 0 drops and so on and so forth, and I had a lot of power with that. But oh well, on to the next round. On to the second round, and I've won the die roll. So evaluating these hands is difficult. I have three lands, which is probably more than I really want here. I can do a very mediocre Galvanic Relay, but that's basically going to be the same as Mulligan, so I think we should just Mulligan. This hand doesn't really go anywhere. It has a Brainstorm, which could maybe find stuff, and I have a lot of fetches to make my mana perfect and make the Brainstorm a perfect one by shuffling away cards. So if I keep this on 6, I can effectively bin these 2. So this will not be a very fast hand. I don't think I'm supposed to keep this. This hand does some things. Let's have a look. So it looks quite good because it's got all these pieces, but when you think what these pieces actually do, what am I missing here? I'm missing a payoff card. The Galvanic Relay can kind of act as a payoff card, I suppose. And we can look at drawing into a red source or a black source or any sort of mana. I think we keep this and we bottom this, and I think we have to bottom the Veil here. I don't think that's the sort of game we have the opportunity to play given what our hand looks like. Because this deck needs kind of a critical mass, I think it's important to see if I play the Badlands out this turn and it gets wastelanded, then I'm in a lot of trouble. I think I have to not play anything. It looks strange, but I kind of want to do everything all at once. If I had a second land, maybe, but this basically just cuts me off of spells. Okay, planes. So this is 60 card D&T, which you don't see very often anymore because everyone's playing Yorion. But this means I've got a few turns to do things. So this into this doesn't do a great deal. I still need another mana source, so I think this turn we play out the Mishra's Bauble with the intentions of seeing the top of the opponent's deck. Sanctum Prelate. Okay, so we know that we have to go next turn because we can't afford to let them tap out for Sanctum Prelate unless they miss a land drop this turn. But Sanctum Prelate is something, that's for sure. Chalice on a body. Okay, so we've drawn a land, so this is punishing me for not playing out the other land here. So maybe I should have just played into it. And oh, are we humans rather than D&T? Interesting. Champion of the Paris. Yeah, we're humans. Don't see humans every day. Kitesail Freebooter is a good one. I think I'm in trouble here. They probably take the Lion's Eye Diamond or the Galvanic Relay. They took the Galvanic Relay, which makes sense. That's the payoff card they have in this hand. I'm getting very punished for not playing out the land. Again, the clock is not super fast. So now what we can do is we can play out the Misty Rainforest, which is safe from Wastelands because it's a fetch. And we're still holding back, so we've got no payoff. We need to find something to do with our cards. Storm is very powerful, but it needs its pieces. It's getting worse for me because the Sanctum Prelate is going to come down soon, and they know my hand. So we need them to miss on a land this turn, and me to draw a payoff next turn. Okay, looks like they're not playing the Prelate this turn. Another Kitesail Freebooter, maybe? That would be bad for me. Thalia. That's also bad for me. Cool, cool, cool. Kitesail Freebooter and Thalia. Okay, so this is a lot to overcome here. I'm pretty sure I'm in trouble. We'll take a draw and then we'll probably have to pick it up, I think. So we're looking at taking 4, 5 this turn, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, plus who knows how much more, and I have to try and play through a Thalia at the same time. I think the writing is mostly on the wall here. Trying to think of what options I have here. So we can play out more lands. Okay, we've got one more turn before we're dead, so we're just going to see if we can see some more cards in their deck. If there's any more hate pieces I need to be playing around. Thalia's Attempt, that'll do. I think it's too far gone here. So let's begin the sideboarding. What am I supposed to do against this? So the Carpet of Flowers are no good. The Abrupt Decays have to come in because they have so many guys that need dealing with. Problem is if they put Sanctum Prelit on 2, this doesn't actually work, which is awkward. But they can't interact with me on turn 1, so having a fast hand is something that I'm definitely in the market for. Ad Nauseam usually comes out in aggressive matchups, so I think that's probably right to board it out here as well. This looks like an aggressive matchup. Then what are we doing? So I think we want to keep all our fastings in. The Veil of Summers, they protect me from the Kitesail freebooters. I don't know if I really want to be relying on that. I think we can keep 2 in here. I don't think we need any of these other things. Galvanic Relay is something you want against decks like Delver, but I think the composition of this deck is a bit different, so that I don't necessarily want them. I think it's a case of, do I want the Galvanic Relays or do I want the Veil of Summers? I think the Galvanic Relays give me more things to draw into, and it gives me a load of cards that are protected from discard, so I think I want the full 4 Galvanic Relays. Alternatively, I can leave 1 in the board and bring in a Veil, so I have 1 to Burning Wish for. I think I like that. We're going to go with this. Okay, so this is what my opening hand looks like. What does it achieve? It doesn't really achieve anything. I can blow up one of their creatures, but then where am I going with it? I need mana. Obviously, a lot of the deck is mana, so this is not necessarily the worst of hands, but I think I can get punished by quite a few different things here. So I think we just want to go fast. We're going to mulligan. So what does this hand do? It doesn't make any mana, which feels like an issue for my deck that needs to make mana. So I have to mulligan this one, I think. Yeah. So what does this give us? This gives us Dark Ritual into nothing, or it gives us Rite of Flame into Burning Wish. But we have 2 Burning Wishes here. I think we keep this one and we bottom the Tendrils. That's the easy one. And I think we probably bottom the Dark Ritual and we're trying to get more things with wishes, or do we bottom we bottom one of these 2. I think we need to bottom the Dark Ritual because the Brainstorm can dig us out, so we can go and get a Volcanic Island off the Bloodstained Mire if we need to. If we need to protect with a Brainstorm against discard effects, for example. Because we probably want to hide the Rite of Flame in case we need to get a Burning Wish or something. I suspect because they're a black-white deck, they brought in Thoughtseize. They could also have Deafening Silence, which would be very bad for me. But again, that's why I have Abrupt Decays I brought in. Deafening Silence, there we are. I don't think I'm pressured to crack this now. I can do it on my turn. Okay, so we had another Brainstorm. So I think we sacrifice this. So we get the Volcanic Island. Make blue. None of these do what we need them to do, and we're Brainstorm locked. So this is what you would probably describe as a spot of bother. So this goes back first. Might as well be this. Okay, so we're going to have to survive for a few turns here and try and find this Abrupt Decay. Maybe I should be mulliganing harder for hands that can Echo Vions on turn 1. Okay, this matchup feels pretty bad for a white deck. Normally you'd be able to go in underneath their things, but the Deafening Silence into Thalia seems like it's going to do me pretty hard here. I think we play this out. This way we have the ability to brainstorm if we need to, and we're going to need more mana to cast our Abrupt Decay when the time comes. Thalia is probably slightly easier to deal with than the Deafening Silence. We can win under a Thalia just about, but you can't win through a Deafening Silence. Yeah, this deck feels like it's going to be a real problem for me to beat. Again, I'm not great at Storm. I need to be better at evaluating your opening hands, which is one of the key skills of Storm. Like, you can know the operations, but if you don't know what you're looking for in your opening hands precisely and which ones are keepable, then you're in trouble. It looks so easy when you see people like Brian Cook playing it, but it's there's so many decisions go into it. What's the next punishment that I'm going to receive from this? Sanctum Prelate? Elite Spellbinder. Sure. Like, it feels like the writing is on the wall, but they're quite a slow deck to kill you. So maybe I've got some turns. Well, I've got nothing else to do with the clock here, but I'm pretty sure we're just F6ing here. We don't want to... There's no point casting the Brainstorm now, I don't think. If we can find a land so we don't lose our Petal, because we're going to need 2 lands and a Lotus... Well, we're going to need this Lotus Petal to cast the Abrupt Decay mana. So, yeah, it's going to be tricky. This Humans deck is not really what I want to see. Every single piece is a prison piece, basically. I guess these aren't, strictly speaking, prison pieces, but they certainly cause me issue. Okay, that doesn't do it. So we're basically not going to do anything unless they wasteland my... Okay, so here's their beta that's actually going to speed up the clock in theory. They've only got 3 cards left in hand. So this Dark Ritual costs 3. So this is just even on Storm. Is it? Makes it cost 2 more. Yeah. So this doesn't actually generate mana. Under the Thalia, it does quite the opposite. Okay, I'll play this. I'll play 1. No, we can't pay 1 to prevent this. So we can't afford to drop this. We need to be able to blow up the Deafening Silence and the other things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're going to have a guy, so we're just going to concede. That matchup felt horrible. And I don't think I played optimally. But there we go. On to another round. Okay, we're into the next round. And we've been presented with this hand that has a little bit of protection in. It has a Brainstorm to hopefully find me something to go with this Echo of Eons. I think I'm probably supposed to mulligan this one. But I think we're going to keep, and we're going to play out a land that can get Bayou, so we can Veil of Summer if we need to. And then we're just going to hopefully Brainstorm away. So we need one that can get... Yes, okay. Just trying to work out what. Okay. This is bad for me. A prison deck is not where I really want to be. Okay, so we have the Bayou here. So if we play out... I don't think we play out the Bayou here. I think we play out something that can get green or blue. So that needs to be a tropical island. So we play out the Scalding Tarn. This way we can Brainstorm if we need to. very confused as to what's going on the other side of the table. Okay. So I think we play this out and we brainstorm. None of this goes anywhere, so we need to be putting some stuff back. So we put back this Bayou, and I think we put back this Veil of Summer. And then we shuffle this. Shuffle this away and play. Oh, this list doesn't have a tropical island in, does it? Okay, so I made a weird play last turn. So we need to be able to Veil of Summer if we need to here, which I think means we get Tiger and then Bloodstained Mire can get either of those other lands. Yeah, I like that. Sure. And then we're going to play out this Bauble because we need to see what our opponent's doing, and we also need to draw into some payoffs. Trinisphere, Jesus. Well, I think we probably lose to Trinisphere, don't we? We have the mountains, so we can get the Pulverize here. If that's what needs be. I assume they're just going to play out the Trinisphere. What? Blood Moon. Yeah, this deck doesn't have any basics in. That's better for me than the Trinisphere. But I do need to be able to cast some of these spells. The problem is we know the Trinisphere is coming next turn. Which means we need to dig to find a Burning Wish. So we need to play the biggest Galvanic Relay we can this turn, I think. Which is not very big, unfortunately. Alright, let's see if we can get something useful for these cards. A Wishful Talisman I can't cast. A Burning Wish. Okay, so that's one of the things we're looking for. So we can Pulverize. And we get to choose which mountains we sacrifice. Not that we're going to be getting rid of Blood Moon anytime soon. Okay. So there's the Trinisphere. So we have the Pulverize for when we need it. So we cast Pulverize this turn. Oh, we didn't cast Pulverize, sorry. We, where are my exile cards? Here they are. Okay, so red, red, red. We cast this. And we get some sort of artifact removal. I think it is just a Pulverize here, isn't it? There isn't anything else. No, it's just a Pulverize, the Angry Elephant. So this is going to cost me 3 mana and my lands. I should have played out my land that turn as well. Oops. Goblin Rabble Master. Okay, so now they're actually going to try and put on a clock. Okay. A lot of things that are against me today, I think. And not just my own ability to play Storm. Let's have a look. Or inability. So we play this Bloodstained Mire. What are we going to here? So we can Pulverize, but then what is the real question? If we Pulverize, we lose our Mox Opal. We're not actually going anywhere with this hand. But if we Pulverize now, then we might be able to Echo of Eons next turn and go off with something. I think this is correct to play it now. We're going to sacrifice this mountain and this mountain. It doesn't really matter because we're never removing this. So there's no Trinisphere now. If they have another Trinisphere, that's bad. Or they can have a Chalice. There's a Prison deck. Well, it's a stompy deck with Prison elements. Yep, sure. So if I draw a Lion's Eye Diamond now, which is probably what I'm going to draw. That was the one thing. If I held on to it, I could hold on until I drew a Lion's Eye Diamond and make sure it was gone. None of these do anything. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess we have... I think we're just dead here. I think there's no point wasting time. Okay, so against a deck like this, I think we need Chain of Vapors, potentially, and we need these Abrupt Decays. We need to be able to get these permanents out of here. And what does that mean for what's in my deck? The Ad Nauseam feels pretty bad against goblins, and they can make quite a fast clock if they have one of those hands, so I don't think I want to be left holding the bag with that. These Veil of Summers do nothing, so that's an easy cut. So maybe I can keep in these things, or I can board in the one Thoughtseize. I think boarding in the one Thoughtseize to try and get rid of the worst lock piece, or at least see what I'm up against, is probably where I want to be, more so than the Ad Nauseam. Alternatively, if I Ad Nauseam, I can look at more cards on turn 1. If I can cast an Ad Nauseam and just get in underneath them. I think the Galvanic Relay might not be great here. I think I might be just completely wrong. I'm not sure. This is what I'm going with. All right. What does this opening hand do? It doesn't do anything unless there's a Lion's Eye Diamond in the top 3 cards of my library. I don't think I can afford to keep this, so we're going to mulligan. What does this hand do? It has a lot of Mox Opals. We're going to mulligan this one. This hand... what does this hand do? I think we have to keep this hand, but I have to work out what it does first. I think we get rid of this. So we can Burning Wish on turn 1 if we need to for something. But I think ideally we'd like to try and get this Ad Nauseam on the go. So what is the card that goes on the bottom here? We put the Ad Nauseam on the bottom, Lion's Eye Diamond for a bunch of goblins. If we get another mana source. I think we're closer to that than we are to the Ad Nauseam. Okay, so we play this out. We play out the bauble so we can see the hand. Let's have a look. Let's see what's going on. No, that doesn't matter to me. Okay, so the question is, do we play these out? We do, because we go get Echo of Eons now, right? If I've done that correctly. I've done my maths here. Red. It took me a little bit of time to work that line out. Yes, so this goes and gets Echo of Eons, and I can hopefully mess with their hand. Yes, I would like to use Burning Wish's ability. Okay, so now we get Echo of Eons. We activate this for triple blue, and we undo the mulligan, cast with flashback. Hopefully we've ruined our opponent's hand, but we have the ability to get a Bayou next turn and maybe blow up some of their scary permanents. We know they've got a Blood Moon though. Okay, a Wishclaw Talisman. That gets an LED if I get any sort of acceleration. Okay, did not gain any sort of acceleration. Okay, so for Chromox, we do have acceleration now. So we can spin the wheel again on the Echo of Eons. That's probably what we want to do. We cast this Chromox. And we put the Chain of Vapor in it. And then we need to go and get... Do we need to get a land out of our deck to make... They're getting shuffled in anyway, so it doesn't matter so much. We want to be able to have a land that lets us cast Abrupt Decay in case we need it. So we've got black here, so we need a land that makes green mana. So play this out, sacrifice this, get a land that makes green. So I think it probably is going to be the Bayou. I think I've done that right. And this can put into both rituals. So we will play out the Wishclaw Talisman. And we will activate the Wishclaw Talisman to go and get the Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll play Lion's Eye Diamond. We will crack Lion's Eye Diamond for blue. We will cast Echo of Eons. Oh, have they got a Mindbreak Trap? They have a Pyroblast. Yikes. Cannot catch a break today. Don't all... Jesus. It looks like it's going to be an 0-5 league, to be honest. I just don't have any reps in with Storm for a number of years since I played ANT. And this is a very different animal. Because the ANT Storm lists are sort of... they've fallen out a lot now, but they used to sort of be more using lots of discard spells to pave the way, and then sort of going through Past and Flames lines. Okay, so we're back to Pulverize off of Burning Wish is what we're doing now. That doesn't do anything. Do we want to play it under Trinisphere anyway? So we have... So if this could give us different colours, then I'd be inclined to. But I think we hold this just in case we get different colours, because we might be able to blow these up with a draw and Abrupt Decay. So the other option I had last time was just to hold back all the Abrupt Decay stuff and just try and blow up their permanents and then combo in my own time, which probably is right. But I figured if I was drawing that many cards, I should be able to do something. But okay, so we have the Burning Wish. Yes, I would like to use the ability. Go and get Pulverize. Okay. We can't cast it this turn anyway. So I'm going to take 2, 4, 6, 7, is it? They have haste, yes. It's 7 this turn. And lethal next turn. So what are we even drawing into at this point? We don't have any chances at spinning the wheel of the Echo. I think we're just dead here. This is going to be the worst league I've done, I think. So if we blow up the Trinisphere, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, we're just dead. Another failure. I'm sorry, Brian Cook. I'm doing you wrong here with my play. All right, let's move on to another round. All right, so this is the hand we've opened up on. What does it do is the question. I don't think it does anything, so we have to mulligan. I've opened up this hand, which is missing a payoff. Has 2 Lion's Eye Diamonds, which is nice. It has a redraw in the bauble and a little bit of acceleration here. But it's a case of, do I want to be trying to draw into a payoff, or do I want to try and mulligan to a payoff and draw into mana? Oh dear. I think with the redraw from the bauble, we're going to... Oh, I guess we're going to mulligan because I clicked the wrong button. All right. What do we do here? This seems... Okay, we'll keep this one. I don't like this hand a great deal, but we have a payoff and we have some acceleration into the payoff. I don't think this is going to work with that, so we need to put another card on the bottom. I think that's fine. So we can hold up the Veil of Summer, I think, and have a Mishra's Bauble to try and draw into acceleration. So basically, if we can cast the Ad Nauseam, then we should be okay. Well, if we can resolve an Ad Nauseam, the two things are not remotely similar. Okay, so if we play the Bayou out. There we go. Play the Bayou and the Bauble. I'm going to use the Bauble to see what's going on over there. See if we can work out what deck they're on. Ponder. Okay, that doesn't tell me a great deal. If I saw a Flooded Strand deck that didn't have a Ponder, and I'd be more confused than if it did have a Ponder. Right. Okay, now we're kicking the gas. So we have enough mana to Ad Nauseam next turn, but we might not need to. We might be able to wait until we get another mana source so we can Veil of Summer. We'll see what my draw is. Ideally a Lotus Petal would be great. Not casting their Ponder, which leads me to believe that their hand is very good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this. So this needs to get a red source for the Rite of Flame. What I'm going to do is use this Wishclaw Talisman as a bait spell. In the hopes that this gets countered, and then next turn I can try for the Ad Nauseam. The fact that this resolved is fascinating to me. It makes me think they might have a prismatic ending. Okay, so the reason they didn't Ponder is because they had a Brainstorm with the fetch land. That makes sense. They should know what I'm on when they see Bayou and Mishra's Bauble, but when they see the Wishful Talisman, they'll definitely know what I'm playing, so they know what they're digging to. So we're on 19, so we still need a Storm 10 to kill them with Tendrils. Okay, so we're looking like Jeskai control here. We're tapping for Prismatic Ending, just as we called it. Okay. So what we ideally want to draw here is a Lotus Petal, so we can use the Veil of Summer, or a land that taps for green. Did we have it one time? We do. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. So this gets us a Tiger. Tiger taps for green and casts Veil of Summer. Now the question is, if they counter this, do I still go? Are they countering and bluffing, or are they with additional cards? So they're Force of Willing here. I think it's right to try and go here. Black for Dark Ritual. Rite of Flame. So there's also the option I could have done in their upkeep in case what they've got is the Force of Negation. Okay, do you wish to repeat this? Yes. Okay, so we're looking for mana here. Let's have a look. We've already played a land. Lotus Petals, that's some mana. 13 Lines of Diamond, Burning Wish, Chrome Mox. Okay, so we can turn on all of our Moxen. We have the Wishclaw Talisman. We can keep going because it's free. There's no 6-drops, so we can take another one. Okay, so we can't afford to take any more. We do not wish to repeat the process. So we'll cast this Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll cast this Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll cast this Mox Opal. We'll activate Mox Opal for green. We'll cast this Veil of Summer. We will cast this Mox Opal. We'll keep this one. We will cast this Lotus Petal. So we've already have Lethal Storm now. So I need to make sure that I do things properly here. Okay, so we'll exile and Galvanic Relay. And then we will hold control and we will cast this with red mana and red mana. And we'll crack this for black. We'll crack this for black. And we'll resolve this. We will put 10 Words of Agony in hand. We will cast 10 Words of Agony, targeting them. Yes, okay. So successfully navigated that game. I was quite happy with how I navigated that one, if I'm being honest. So this is a control matchup, so it's making me wonder what I should be looking at here. Carpet Flowers is the obvious one. Jeskai has Narsets, it has Teferis. We can plow through Teferi with Veil of Summers. The Galvanic Relays seem fine. The Echo seems fine. This is one of the matchups I'm less certain about. So I think we cut some of the fast mana here. And we probably need some sort of answers to generic-y things that they might have. So they could bring in something like Stony Silence or Null Rod or something horrible like that. So I think we have to broaden the Abrupt Decay, which means we're cutting things. So we've cut some of these manas. I think if we're cutting one Rite of Flame, we should be cutting all of the Rite of Flames. Because they get worse the few you have. And we're going to be leaning into the Carpet of Flowers like we did in an earlier round. I think we're going to submit this deck like this and see how it goes. Alright, so this is my opening hand. We have some things. We have these Carpet of Flowers, which is what I want in this matchup. So I'm going to keep this because I don't have to worry about winning the game quickly. I just need to win the game assuredly. So these Carpet of Flowers will help me grind, and we have this for when we need to go and find a certain piece, and we have the 2 baubles for redraws. Okay, so this is quite nice. It gives me an option here. So I think we're going to play this out. This should probably get a Force of Will if they have one. We should put them down another card. Okay. I think we cast out a Bauble here. So they might have a Prismatic Ending, which is why they're not going to remove this. So I might go to my second main. I think we play both these out. These are effectively Ponders, is what they've been replaced for. Ponders that turn other things on in your deck. But because I have the Mox Opal, I'm a little bit reluctant to get rid of both of them straight away. But we will see what we draw off of the first one and see if I want another card off of it. Okay. I didn't crack the baubles there because I think we're going to try and play out some other spells here. So we want green mana here, I think. Yes, I would like to use Carpet Flowers ability. And then we're going to play this Carpet Flowers. These tend not to have ways of destroying multiple enchantments. They can destroy multiple artifacts in one turn. So we're going to go to the next main phase. I think we just got another setup turn here, so I don't actually need to pop the baubles. So we're going to use this and get black mana. I think we're going to play this out. This feels like if they have a counter spell, this is one of the ones that they need to counter, because this obviously gives me the ability to do all sorts of things. Okay, so my Carpet Flowers are powered up, unless they get a mountain here, which is certainly possible. Okay, so they're still trying to see if they can find an answer. Interesting. Okay, so that resolved. Let's have a look at the top of their library and see what they put on them with the Brainstorm. Okay, so they've got Red Elemental Blast, which isn't really that good against these iterations of the Epic Storm anymore, because they've cut all the Ponders, so it's just the Brainstorm and the Echo that's hitting. And now I know it's there, it's much easier to play around. Okay, so you've got another mana source here. I think we're going to crack this Bauble as well to see what they have. Alternatively, I can use the bauble on myself and wait another turn to see what's going on. Monastery Mentor. So this is a creature that I can kill with an Abrupt Decay. On top of that library. The red elemental blaster I knew was there already. Sure. And go to my turn. Let me draw a card. Okay, so I have a brainstorm for this. So we get to make 2 mana here from each of them. I think we have the green history on that. So one of them is going to make black. And this will get me my blue mana, I think, this turn. So this one's to make black. And then what do we want for the other one? I think the other one has to make red. Okay, so I think we start off with this to see what we're working with. We're going to do a little brainstorm here. So we need an underground sea. Take blue, and we're going to brainstorm. Okay, so we have a Burning Wish, and we have a... So a Burning Wish, so we can... We know those cards on top aren't great for us. So the Galvanic Relay is going to have to get through those. So we're going to want to shuffle them away in a minute. So I think we... so we can pop this for a Veil of Summer. Cast Veil of Summer. So that's 2 mana down. So that's 1 mana off of this. I have 3 mana available. 4, 5, 6. What's the storm count going to be? Not very high. This is a little bit awkward. I don't have the brain power to do the maths on this one. Okay, so we're definitely going to cast this. And then I think we are going to propagate this. Okay, so now we can play this out. And we can Burning Wish here for an echo. Or we can Burning Wish to make our... this is tricky. What do we get off of the talisman? So we can get... if we get a Lion's Eye Diamond, that doesn't do anything here. Well, it lets us get a load of goblins, but this deck probably has ways of dealing with goblins. So I think we remove one of these for this. Okay. So we get Lion's Eye Diamond here. So we get 2 more Storm. And we make 6. So we cast Lion's Eye Diamond, Burning Wish, and then empty the Warrens. So Storm will be 7, so that'll be 14 goblins. Is 14 goblins good enough here? And what happens if my Burning Wish gets countered? Is another very real problem I have here. So if I get the Lion's Eye Diamond here, I can get the Lion's Eye Diamond here. Yeah, okay, so I can get the Lion's Eye Diamond here, and then I can Galvanic Relay. For a bunch. And then next turn I can... yeah, so if I get... So next turn I have the ability to do the wheel with these things, and I'm going to have a bunch more resources in what is quite often a grindy matchup. They will have a turn with the Wishcore Talisman, but every time they use a talisman, I get a talisman back, which means I can go and find a Veil's Summer with it because I'm going to have a lot more mana next turn. Okay. So what have we found here? Okay, so we found the Veil's Summer, which is nice. And we found a Lion's Eye Diamond to turn on our Mox Opal, so we can peer through depths next turn with protection, which will draw me half of my deck, which should be enough to win the game with. I haven't found any Lotus Petals yet, so it's a weird one. If they've got some sort of horrible prison-y thing, I also have the Abrupt Decay to deal with it. So it's not the end of the world. I'm letting them Wishclaw Talisman here. Obviously, I don't know what it is they're going to find. So there's always worlds where this goes horribly wrong for me. And we know they've got that red Elemental Blast in hand as well. But they're tapped out of red. Null Rod. Sure, that's fine. If that's what they went to fetch on their turn, that doesn't stop me, I think, here. I think we're all good. Okay. Carpet of Flowers. Where's my exile pile gone? Here it is. And let's have a look. Use Carpet of Flowers ability. Yes, I would like some... How many green spells am I casting? I'm casting a lot of green spells this turn, so we're going to need some green here. And we're going to need black off the other one. Yes, black. Okay, first things first. Going to cast this, targeting this. And then we're going to cast this. Now's the turn if you've got anything. Okay, so they've got Force of Will here. So if I use green mana here to then Veil's Summer back. Yeah, I think that still works. Cast this other Veil's Summer. Have you got another cat spell? No. Okay, so we're going to cast this. We're going to cast this. This one's 6 here. We can basically just do what we like with all of our mana. So we can use this to go and get another Dark Ritual. It's fine. That one's 17. Yeah, so we deterministically have it here. So this goes and gets another... It doesn't really matter which one it is here, does it? As long as we can cast... Yeah. Cast this. Cast this. Cast this for... Tap this for red. Hold priority. Oh, sorry, we've got to let this box resolve first. And then I'm holding control, and I'm going to cast this Burning Wish. Hold on, what happened here? Yes, no, that's fine. So we cast this, and then we crack this for black. Crack this for black. There we go, okay. We use Burning Wish's ability. We go and get this, let's put it into my hand. Cast this, targeting them for Storm 20. Okay, so we won a match. I thought I navigated that game all right. Giving them the Wish Claw was risky since they had the Null Rod in their deck, but we did have answers for that. And it did work out. You could say you can't argue with results, but there was probably a cleaner line there, but I'm not the most adept to find it, but I managed to navigate it to the best of my abilities there. Okay, so we're into Another round, and we have an interesting opener here. Allows me to cast Ad Nauseam on turn 3. On turn 2, sorry. So I think we probably keep this one. I'm not thrilled about the Tendrils of Agony being in my opening hand. It means I have to go through a Burning Wish line, but that's fine. Once Upon a Time, okay. So maybe they're not a blue deck, which would be nice. Once Upon a Time makes me think Goblin combo deck, which would be fine. Or could be Elves, which is also more or less fine. Or it could be the Red-Green Painter or an Eldrazi deck. There's a few options it could be anyway. Let's let them resolve their things. So they played a Misty Rainforest as well, so I'm more likely to think it's Elves. A basic forest. Elvish Reclaimer, Birchwood Rangers, sure. So we saw the Elvish Visionary off of there Once Upon a Time. So we don't have to worry about anything they're doing affecting my plan. So we can just go for the turn 2 Ad Nauseam. We can go for the turn 1 Ad Nauseam. Or we could do... If we do turn 1 Ad Nauseam, we have 1 Lotus Petal there. So we need to hit more. Is this the right time to be going for an Ad Nauseam? The other option is to play this and then draw the cards in their turn, so I untap and have the access to the extra 1 mana. But I think we can just go here actually. I didn't come to not try and storm someone on turn 1, and it's the last round of the league, so it would be rude not to. Provided I know what all my cards do, which I'm pretty sure I do. Okay. We nearly messed that one up there. Got ahead of myself, got too excited. So we tap this for black to get 3 black. Tap this for black to get another 3 black. We tap this for 1 to go and tutor. And we pay 1. And we get an Ad Nauseam. And we put an Ad Nauseam on the stack. Cast. Okay. So any Mox Opals that we draw are going to be live. A lot of 0. Oh, the 6 though. The Veil of Summer. Mox Opal. This hand still doesn't go anywhere yet. The Mox Opals. We have plenty of mana. We need a payoff though. So we got Burning Wish. So 5, 6, 7, 8. How much mana have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need more mana. So we need to go again. That's not the one. Let's go again. Okay, so that does it. We don't need to repeat the process anymore. So we cast this. Cast this. Cast this. Activate this for red. We cast this. Cast this. Keep this. Activate this for... Okay. The writing's on the wall. They can see my hand. Okay, excellent. Now, I don't think Ad Nauseam is traditionally good in this matchup. I'm not sure, though. I think it's... Again, I think it's something where I go fast. I think it's the Galvanic Relays that are bad, because the reason you brought this out against Delver is because it's a big single spell they can counter, whereas the Relays can just force things through. So I think we actually want the Ad Nauseam. The carpets don't do anything here. These Abrupt Decays are something I would very much like to have. So we are 1 cut away at this configuration. The Veil of Summer can stop discard spells, which elf decks can sometimes play some number of Thoughtseize, which is their main interaction. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to worry about. I think it's just the Thoughtseize. Mindbreak traps are a thing that can happen. I think we're going to keep the Veil of Summers in, but trim one of them. So we can deal with the Thoughtseize. I think that's all I have to worry about from them. I could also board a Thoughtseize or a Chain of Vapor to try and slow them down a little bit. Chain of Vapor's also got a nice trick with 0 mana artifacts that let you increase your storm count as well if you need to. But I think this is fine. Yes, okay. So we have more green spells to imprint on Chromox as well, which is not an unimportant thing to note. There is obviously the possibility that my opponent has some unusual tech, because at the end of the day, just because the stock lists don't run something doesn't mean that they don't. But hopefully the Abrupt Decay should cover that, and they're going to be better than the Galvanic Relays here, which are just going to be too slow, I would imagine. Okay, so this is my opening hand. What do we do with this hand? We have a Brainstorm to go and find a piece. We have 2 Abrupt Decays that don't actually work here, but we can ship one back with a Brainstorm if we find a fetch. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep this, but I will. For science. There's some reasoning to my madness, I think. So Lane on the Void, all this does is stop Echo of Eons, which isn't necessarily how I want to play the game anyway. I'd much rather just go through Burning Wish line. This is Lane on the Void used to be really good against. Okay, this is interesting. Yes, Lane on the Void used to be much better versus the Ad Nauseam Tendrils decks, because their best win condition was Past in Flames. That was the most common deterministic route for them. Let's have a look at top card of the library. Now Elvish Reclaimer. So that can find a Cradle, which will speed up their clock a bit. I don't think I'm in a hurry to Brainstorm, and I know what the next card. I know I'm drawing the next card in a second anyway, so I want to get that one in my hand before I Brainstorm. Okay. Let's get a card. Is it a good one? So I could have played this Underground Sea out to make it easier to cast an Abrupt Decay, which is a different play I could have taken. Okay. So Burning Wish. 2. Yeah, a Burning Wish gets me Peer Through Depths. So if I draw a Burning Wish on my turn, then I should be able to win the game. Which is nice. If I draw a Wishcore Talisman, I have to wait a turn to win the game. Okay, a Bauble. That's not the one. I should have Brainstormed at end of turn. I don't think I have to worry about what they've got on board at the moment. They haven't been able to make a Thoughtseize yet, so I'm going to try and use this Brainstorm to protect myself from Thoughtseize, I think. And then let's have a look at your hand. Natural Order. Okay. They got some horrible Natural Order target. That's certainly possible. But they're going to be a bit challenged to try and make it this turn. Maybe because they saw the Ad Nauseam, they thought I was Ad Nauseam Tendrils, but they must have seen some of the other cards that I'd flipped on the way, like the Galvanic Relay and things. Okay, so Wishcore Talisman or Burning Wish off the top. Elvish Reclaimer. Their hand has not been great here. If they have a Thoughtseize, though, they can rattle off now. Which I imagine they must have, because they kept this hand, which doesn't do anything otherwise. So if they just put another elf into play here, then I think we are... Well, okay, so there's a Black Mammoth of the Thoughtseize. So we activate this cast. So there's the Wish Claw we need. So we need to hide this. We have 2 Lion's Eye Diamonds here. They're going to see one of them anyway. So this is going to be mana. The Chromox is going to be mana. It doesn't actually matter which one I hide here, I don't think. I can always hide... If I hide an Abrupt Decay first, because I'm not going to be needing that. Okay, so put this on top, and the Wishclaw Talisman. Sure, they can Thoughtseize me, and they'll take a Lion's Eye Diamond, I would imagine. If they take an Abrupt Decay here because they're scared of me impacting their board, then even better. But they should know that I've put the best card on top here. And we only have to storm for a little bit less this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And then we draw my whole deck, basically, with Peer Through Depths. Not Peer Through Depths, Peer into the Abyss. The Rite of Flame is quite a good take for them, perhaps, here. Like, these function the same as the Rite of Flame, more or less, where they buff up my mana. So I've just got multiple things that give me +1 mana. So I took the Rite of Flame. Sure. Okay. Okay, so we're going to play this. We're going to play this out. Cast this. Cast this. I made a mistake here. If they had Force of Vigor, I could be in trouble. No, I think I'm fine here, actually. So yes, we get black off of this. Then we can get blue off of this, and we cast this. Then we cast this. Then we crack this. For a mana that makes red mana for the wish. And we wish here, and then we make 7 mana. So we go red. Oh wait, no, we're slightly short, aren't we? Because let me think this through. Because this is 6, 7, but I needed the extra 1 for the to activate the Wish Claw Talisman, don't I? So if I get the Wish Claw Talisman, I can't get the Peer Through Depths here, but I can get an Ad Nauseam, which is going to do a similar thing on this life total. So I need to hold priority here. Actually, let's just crack this for black, and then this for black, because I already have the red up here. And then we will do this. And we'll play one of these. I think we just do Ad Nauseam again. With many manas floating, and we cast this. 1, 2, 3. So we have that ritual, line the diamond. So we have Lethal Storm, we just need a Burning Wish. Should we take some more cards in case they have a, what do you call it? Mindbreak Trap. Although I don't know why you wouldn't just use it there. So I'll do. So we'll cast this. Cast this. We should have cracked the Mox Opal earlier, which is another error. Okay, so we managed to win that round. And that put us 2 and 3, which is not great, but in my defense, I'm not a good Storm player. I haven't picked up a Storm deck for literal years. And I never played it a lot back in the day either. I just sort of would play it every now and then go, oh, this is really hard and I should put more time into it, and then didn't, and then put it down and then tried again. That was sort of the pattern I ended up with playing Storm. I really like this list, actually. We have quite a lot of payoffs. So we've got the 4 Burning Wishes, 4 Wish Claw Talismans. I really like how all of the artifacts, so the Mistress Bauble instead of Ponder, is the newest innovation in this deck, and I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was useful for turning things on and drawing cards at different times and seeing what your opponent has, so you know a little bit what you're playing around. I feel like Ponder possibly would have been able to maybe dig me out of some of the games that the Mistress Bauble couldn't, but I suspect a lot of that is down to my own inability to play this deck rather than the Bauble not being great, because I trust the people making this deck. Like I said earlier, Brian Cook is the go-to guy for the Epic Storm, and for good reason. And if he says this is the best card to play, then who am I to argue? I don't think I really have have much that I can say about this, really. Potentially, I don't think you're going to need anything to tutor for out of the sideboard to deal with enchantments. So I think it all just looks good, really. I had a blast playing it. I definitely should have won more rounds if I'd have played better. I don't think that's a question at all, really. If people want to tell me in the comments ways I could have played differently, I'm more than welcome to hear it, especially some of you Storm fans out there who are going to be a million times better than me at playing this deck. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out a lot of Legacy content, so I want to make sure that none of you miss any of it. All right, thank you much, and goodbye.